Today interviewing with B.R.E.A.D magazine, we have Mama West, the mother of Chad Butler, also known as Pimp to the entertainment industry. It's a blessing to have you with us.
I'm just honored and blessed to be here and to be able to speak with you today.
Thank you. The pleasure is definitely mine. First and foremost, we want to talk about the horrendous allegations that surfaced in the media last week. Resurfacing rumors of the late great Pimp being a cause of death. Particularly Tony Anderson from Global Grind reported that Pimp died of a large consumption of codeine combined with pre-existing sleep conditions. We found this story, and I want you to speak on that for us, because we know that those reports are definitely false from all the reports that we've reported on our site and all the information that we've gathered in the interviews that you've done previously. So we want you to clear that up for us today.
All right, and I appreciate this opportunity. And as I've always said, I was C's mother. I am C's mother, will always be C's mother. And I would like for reporters to be reminded that he has 3 children. And these things are very hurtful to his entire family. And when I say family, I don't just mean his immediate family. I mean his large fan base. Many of those children, and I call them all children because, you know, I'm an old person myself, have great love for C and great respect. And these things are hurtful to them. It always perturbs me when I hear something about C on a television show or radio show, and they give him all these accolades and then say he died of a drug overdose. C did not die of a drug overdose, according to the coroner that I spoke to after his death. The coroner told me that there was not enough of anything in his body, any drug in his body to have killed him. And I will definitely always never concede that there was. So I just ask that you please check your facts, everybody, before you say things like that. It has been rumored ever since he passed away. And again, I say, I don't have a problem with truth. I really don't. But I do have a problem with slanderous allegations and things that you don't really know about. So, the fact is, he is gone. We all know that. It's been a little over 5 years now. But that wound is still as deep as it ever was. And it doesn't make it feel any better when people continuously say things like that. It was not an overdose. I repeat, my son did not die of an overdose.
I appreciate you for clearing that up, Mama West. And I have been doing research after the post that we posted on our website. We actually found out that the reports were false, according to the reporter and other news reporters after myself went ahead and picked that story up. But just researching what they researched from MTV News and All-Star Hip Hop and Global Grind, a lot of other major sources seem to have misreported the same thing. And I find it a little bit, it's disrespectful. There's not a little of anything in that. Because outside of that, like you said, that is more than just what we see on a fan level or a fan base. Because that is your son, that was his son. And he has children and other family members and other people that respect his name. So I definitely took that to heart as well. And we're so thankful that we were able to actually capture the interviews with you, and we were able to get those edited and all that, to get that reblasted out there to resurface the same truth that you're getting and speaking with us today on. So thank you.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to repeat it, and I will be screaming it until the day that you all roll me down the aisle.
here in UGK has a lot going on in 2013. Inquiring minds are asking what's going on.
Oh my. It is really so amazing. I want to say, and I always take my hat off to all of the people who have been out there and helping me since he left us. And I know that he's very proud of the efforts that have been made. There is a Legends album that is in the make. And as most people already know by now, that Ice One has already dropped on that. And I'm so thankful to him and so proud of him for having taken up this torch. And there are others. I must first, of course, mention my grandson and his little friends group, which is UGK, lowercase letters, Underground Kids. And they will be featured on it, and several members of the old UGK posse, as she loved to always call them affectionately. There are going to be some other big names, and I'm just going to let them surprise you. But most close to my heart are those people who have that mad love for him. There are a lot of major artists out there who still have mad love for C. They quote him all the time in their music, and you just have no idea how that warms Mama's heart. And then the UGK posse, two of which I will mention, 17, who he called his first round draft pick, and he's a Leo, who were very close to C. And then all of the big ones, I know you want me to just rattle them off for you, but guess what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you be pleasantly surprised. It will be a quality, and I repeat, a quality project. It will be very representative of C, because he was a perfectionist. And I know that Graham, my baby over there in ATL, is going to make sure that he worked with C a very long time. And bless his heart, he's got a place in heaven for being able to work with that boy. And so I take my hat off to Graham and his buddy Steve, who worked so hard to get this thing going and to put this thing together. Without them, I would not have been able to get this far. I'm not a music person, you know. C did not get his talent from me. I can just run my mouth, and more was he ever good at doing that. So I'm going to tell you, be waiting for it and be very excited, because it's going to be a very quality project. Okay?
We will definitely be looking for it, Mama West. You touched on UGK, the lowercase version. How did that concept come to life?
You know, it was really kind of weird. She grew up with a young lady in the neighborhood. She's grown now, and she has a son who's quite talented. And she came to me and asked me about helping her little boy. I think he was about 10 then. And I had my grandson here with me, and he was also 10. They're about 6 months apart. Corey being my grandson, Corey being the oldest. And she was encouraging me to let Corey do that and participate and and I don't know, I was having my doubts, because Sid always said he had talent, but he wanted him to be 16, because he didn't want him to be a little somebody, little C, little this, little that. And so my mind was still not quite set on the idea. But they did begin to perform together a little bit, and it was kind of cute. But then, strangely enough, Snoop concert here in Beaumont, Texas. They opened up for Snoop, and it was like they just came alive. And then after a very intimate and just beautiful and wonderful conversation with Snoop that evening, I made the decision to go head on and let them hook up. And they would be underground kids. I'm not going to go into all of the ramifications of that conversation that Snoop and I had, but it was a beautiful thing. And he reminded me of a lot of things and taught me a couple of things too. So if anybody is really kind of responsible for those kids really hooking up the way they did and for me getting behind them, I would have to say that would be Snoop. And so they're getting really good. They're getting polished. And I'm a critic. Oh, my God. I was one of C's greatest critics. He would look at me sometimes and say, "Hey, Mama, hold up. You talking to a pimp." And I would say, "And so, I'm the pimp's mama. And you need to go back and fix that." And so it was funny. It was just a part of the way we got along. And I helped, I think, to polish his work. And I will do the same thing with the kids. I'm their greatest fan, but I'm also going to be their hardest critic.
We will definitely be looking out for you kids. I'm excited for everything that we discussed today. I have one last question for you. And
may I interject one little thing before you ask me that last question?
Yes.
You may go. I encourage everybody to go to YouTube or, all those sources that are out there and look up UG Kids. It's not UGK. It's lowercase letters, UG Kids with a Z. And click on that link and you will see my babies. If you have any problems finding it, give me a ring. I'm always proud to show them all.
I actually was able to find them on Google, so they better not say that they're hard to find. They're definitely doing a lot of babies and it's showing up. So there's nothing more that I can say is thank you.
I have a message that I always deliver from C, and I will be delivering this message forever. There's a warm place in my heart for babies that are locked down, children that are incarcerated, and please forgive me when I call them all kids, but I'm 66, so all of you are all babies to me. But for my incarcerated babies, as C used to say, commissary is necessary. Don't forget your people were there. They made mistakes, okay, they did wrong, okay. They're paying for it, okay. But don't forget them. Write a letter. I have a letter writing campaign for lots of inmates, and I do try to do it at least once or twice a week. Try to put a little something on their books. I suggest, this did not come from C now, this is mine. When you go to the club on the weekend, drink one less drink, buy one less drink, and just save that money. And at the end of the month, put that on somebody's commentary book. And I guarantee you'll light up somebody's life.
Y'all heard it from Mama West first. Commissary is necessary. Take care of your folks. Do something. I definitely like that. That was one interview that I was listening to, and that struck me. So I'm going to actually push that. I have a close friend of mine that I recently passed the information on, and I'm in the process of sending a letter. So the commissary is very necessary. I don't know what it's like between those four walls, but I'd like to be right for somebody else as well. So thank you for giving that tip as well.
Absolutely. I've never been incarcerated a second in my life, and I don't hope to be. But I can imagine just think about this. When you're sick and you can't get out and you're at home, you're incarcerated. And for most people like me who wants to always be doing something, that's miserable. So imagine what it must be day after day after day. And I love you, but sometimes we need to think about reality. That's the way it is.
my last question for you, and even if you have something more you want to wrap up into, you can, is our motto here at B.R.E.A.D Magazine is to be real every day and deliver. So what does that mean to you, Mama West, to be real every day and deliver?
Okay, that's a pretty simple one there. Being real, it means to me being truthful. Sometimes people find me almost brutally truthful, but I do like to let you know the truth. It means to me, if you're a very talented person and you're doing something, I'm going to tell you that. If you are very untalented in what you're trying to do, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you that too. But I'm going to try to guide you into something else that you can do. Everybody is not a performer. Everybody is not a singer. Praise God, you'll know that if you ever hear me try to sing. Everybody is just not an entertainer. And so maybe if you like that feel, you need to get into it on another level. And every day, you should be able to, at the end of the day, say that you've done something useful. Don't waste time, because time is not promised to you. This may be the last interview I ever do, and I'm well aware of that. Don't want it to be that way, but I think that we should live every day like it might be your last. And I know you would want to do something useful and productive. And that is my answer to that question.
Thank you so much, Mama West. Is there anything else that you have that you want to put out there for us? We did talk about the Cycle and track that is available. I found that on YouTube, the video as well, and it was a great song, great video. Great for history, the history of a true legend. True legend.
Yes, and it is great. And I take my hat off to him for that. I mean, it is tremendous. It is tremendous. And I really do challenge anybody who's going to be a contributor to this project to give it your best, because that's who he was. He was really prone to giving everything his very best shot. So I chose to do that. Other than that, my dear, I always ask that everybody out there, all the fans, all the babies, always keep us in your prayers. Believe me, we need it. The loss of a child is something you never, ever get over. You adjust to moving on day by day. And the loss of a father, of a husband, those things are difficult. They are very difficult. I always ask people to remember one is his brother, not just in music, but on a everyday basis. Life will never be the same for him again without faith. And we should remember that. And we should remember him in our very earnest prayers. And if you don't pray, well then just give us your best wishes the best way you can. And we thank you for it.
Thank you, Mama West, for clearing up any rumors or allegations as of today and any other day you've been on to record and make history. It has been confirmed. If you don't know the truth, contact Mama West. She has no problem telling you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, your son did not die of any drug consumption overdose, according to several misrepresented reports. That's the biggest thing we want to clear up. And thank you for giving us the future of UGK for 2013 here forward. If you have anything else that you ever want to clear up, make sure to contact the media. We are always here for you, always back you up. So thank you.
And thank you. You know I don't have a problem running my mouth. And I just always try to make sure, and please everybody out there, try to make sure, think about what you're going to say before you say it. And try to make sure that what comes out of your mouth is going to be an encouragement for somebody, not a blast, because they really and truly Don't need that. And you'll be blessed. You've been very kind. I think that your interview techniques are excellent, and I do believe in giving credit where it's due. And you be blessed, my baby. You try to be good. I know that's hard. And everything else is just gravy. And end it like she always did. Chuck.
Oh, amen to this. This is the Magazine with Mama West, another